everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to do a little bit of an experiment with polygels and jewel forms, and I've got a nice new shiny lamp. Yay! Look what I got for Christmas. Isn't it beautiful? So I thought that's a great time to test out my new lamp. So with the lamp, you obviously get a lamp and you get a fish. Yeah, I don't know. Just got this from Ali. No, I didn't. I got it from Amazon because it's on my Amazon wish list, which is how I know. Because yeah, and I think it was under 30 quid. Let's put it like that. Now I had a sun lamp before, and that was the ×5. This is now the ×7, and I think it has got 55 LED lights underneath it. There you go. Yay! Right, and not just I mean, I haven't done polygels for forever. I started doing on gels, then I did polygels, and then I did acrylics, and I've mainly stuck between gel or acrylic. I don't do a lot of polygel, and I was asked by the lovely Laura to do some polygel. I can't promise you're going to get smile lines because I haven't got a clue what I'm doing, and I need to work all this out again. And I'm going to be using jewel forms. I bought myself some new jewel forms because when you buy you get the really long, they're kind of wide jewel forms. But I saw some of these because I really like some of the Russian nail techs. I like watching their channels and stuff. And I saw these and I thought these are brilliant. Look at those. So I want to play with these. Where did I get that one from? So this is an experiment. I have got no clue what I'm doing, okay? I haven't done this forever. The only thing I've watched lots of videos now, and normally when you build a nail, you start from the bottom and you work up, right? But with a jewel form, you work from the top down. Okay. The reason I'm kind of doing jewel forms is because I have knackered 2 of my nails. So I've got some nice length going on my nails. They are a bit... Yeah, I've only just taken my polish off. They don't look beautiful, let's put it like that. I filed these ones down, but these two took an absolute beating. So I'm actually missing a chunk. You see, there's my side wall. See, I'm missing a chunk of my nail out. It's split, and it's split there. And I managed to catch it as it did it. So I filed off, and I'm at where it was, but obviously it's left me now with a chunk, but it means it didn't split across the whole of there, which would have been a lot worse. I can deal with a little chunk, which is why I thought I'd do polygels, because, not polygels, jewel forms, because it will put me back a sidewall where I need one. Okay, we've seen me replace sidewalls with acrylic and gel, where I just put a form underneath and I build it out, but I thought I'd do it with polygels. This one I ripped, I ripped, yeah. Ouch, that hurt. So yeah, so I thought I'd give this a go. So I'm going to go off to voiceover on this now. Otherwise, you will literally just hear as me breathing because the microphone is literally right next to my face and my nose. And there's going to be, and I'm probably going to have to speed a lot of this up because I'm going to be concentrating and not really knowing what I'm doing. So all I've done is buff this nail. We're going to start with this one, and you do everything in the tip first, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to dehydrate, we're going to prime, and I'm going to use, this is my my Silkair Extreme Connection, because when I do gel extensions, gel nails, this is what I use, and it's like a base coat, but it's thin, and you kind of scrub it in, and it works really, really well. So that's what I'm going to use. I mean, I do have the Laguna Moon base coat because I'm going to use the Laguna Moon polygel because that's what I've got. But yeah, I just find this works better. There we go. Right, let's find the right tip to start with. Okay, so the first thing we do, we're going to find the right tip. Now, this looks like it fits brilliantly, doesn't it? You know, sidewalls are there. It looks good. But as I'm pushing it down, it's kind of, I'm having to push it into the nail. And that's not what you want. You want it to be able to, because you need enough room in there for the product as well. So on a couple of these nails, I got the sizing wrong. My middle nail was horrific because I really got it wrong. Everything kind of went a little bit wrong with that nail, and none of it recorded because I forgot to press the button. Anywho, so first off, I am going to try using a bit, I'm just going to make a mess, obviously, because it's me. I am going to use some gel residue wipe-off solution. Because as I say, with Neo's Acrogel, it doesn't have a slip solution. It just you just use gel residue. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to give that a go. Because we are experimenting. So let's try. So slip solution, right? You can go and buy slip solution. And I mean, if you've ever looked at the ingredients of it, I'm like going, are you kidding me? Really? Come on. So I had, read places that you could use different things. So a few things that I noticed when I did these nails. One, I made them way too long. And two, I made them a bit thick. And the reason being, it's actually quite hard when you're working backwards. So normally you put your arch in, and you can see quite clearly where it is and where you need a little bit more product or whatever. You can't see that in a dual form because it's all in the dual form. So until you take it off, you can't fully see what you've got. Now, with the gel residue wipe-off solution, it was still a bit sticky. It wasn't playing ball as nicely as you'd want it to. Okay, so I wasn't a fan of using the gel residue wipe-off solution. I was going to say something else there, and it's just completely gone. The other thing is I did get air bubbles in these nails. And I don't... Yeah, some of it will have been from when I was putting it on, and some of it was doing the application. Because obviously not doing this for a long time and not using dual forms, obviously I went for a really simple design, very basic, nothing particularly difficult. Yeah, like hell did I? Of course I didn't. No. I decided I was really going to experiment, and that's exactly what I did. I must say, I do love how this set turned out, but it took me forever. I mean, it took me about an hour to do one hand. Right? Normally, you would know what you're doing and you'd line up all 5 because you'd know exactly what numbers match your nails, and you just go bam, 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 do your prep work, put them on. Obviously, because I haven't got a clue what I'm doing, I am doing one at a time. I didn't even know what I was actually doing for this design. But also the lovely Laura asked for Steampunk. And I did a set, which is on my intro video, which was my birthday Steampunk nails. And it was a couple of years ago now. And she said, oh, can you do a recreation of it? I'm like, one, I can't actually remember what I did for that set. Second of all, I generally don't copy what I've done previously. So I thought, right, she wants polygel. She's asked for Steampunk, and Heather, the lovely Heather, wanted me to use this glitter. So this is what I got out. And that is as far as this went in my thought process, right? So it's a Steampunk polygel dual form experiment. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, once I'm happy with that, I'm going to flash cure that in my lamp for about 15 seconds, just so that stays put when I'm about to put the next layer onto it, because we do need to put some more clear gel on, because we need to cap that underneath. So normally you would have put your clear layer down first, then you put your glitters and your steampunk bits on it, then you would cap over the top. So because we're doing polygel, we work the opposite way round. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, this confused the hell out of me. The concentration on my face trying to do this and think how I was going to do some of it. But I really liked. Now, I am not somebody that likes clear tips. Now, I used the... so I used this colour thinking it was like a bit more of a nail bed colour. And it wasn't. It was so translucent. It was like, yep. Yeah, so that was a little bit disappointing because I would have preferred either to have just done it in clear and kept it as a clear nail, or to have had more of a nail bed colour to kind of ombre underneath, if you like. But hey, it is what it is. And it worked. It did work. I think you'll all agree by the time I get to this set, especially the fact I haven't done this for donkey's years, I was chuffed. Couldn't actually use my hand in the slightest because the nails were so long and I just was not used to having long nails. It did take me a few days to work this one. So the nail's ready. I have not cured it now, so this is just the wet polygel is on it. We are going to dehydrate. I'm going to put some acid-free Pro Bond on there, which I like, and then I'm going to come in with my Silk Hair. And what I do, I don't use the brush it comes with to do it. I just use a little brush here because you need such a small amount. And then, like I said, you need a harder brush because you scrub it into the nail. And yeah, everything is speeded up in this video because, like I say, it took a long time. So you cure that in the lamp for almost 30 seconds for this one. Something like that. Do you like my nice little dish, by the way? Look at my little love heart. Yeah, that was my eBay fail. My Amazon fail, even. Because I was expecting... Because it said a Dappen dish. And I don't know why, but in my brain, I was expecting something probably at least twice or 3 times the size of what actually turned up. We're going to clean underneath. And then just double check the position of that. And then whack it in the lamp. And it's going to give it a 60-second cure. If I was using the darker colours or, you know, the kind of nail bed colours, I would probably do a 30-second underneath as well. But because I'm using clear and translucent, it's going all the way through anyway. So it's not a problem. So I tried the gel residue wipe off solution, didn't really like that very much. So I swapped to the next option, which was isopropyl alcohol. IPA. Isopropyl alcohol. There we go. Oh, apologies. I'm going to cough there. That worked a lot better. So if you don't have slip solution and you don't want to buy slip solution, because it's basically, if you look at the ingredients of it, it's not far off being IPA. It's just generally it's got a fragrance in it. Interesting, isn't it? And obviously we are going to file that into shape. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, this one I didn't quite get the shape right because, again, it's a shape I don't normally do. It's new. It's different. I'm also going to come in with my e-file and I'm going to use my mandrel bit with a sanding band on it just to actually neaten up around the cuticle and everything, because I just find I get a much nicer finish and it's more precise and I don't cut myself. I get a little bit excited. So when you take the form off, you clean underneath, because the underneath is sticky, the top isn't. And you actually don't need to file the top. Okay, all I do is do a light buff over it just so the top coat has got something to stick to. But actually, the messy part, if you like, is underneath the nail. So you can come along with a drill bit and just neaten that up a bit more. One, I don't actually have a drill bit that particularly is useful for that. I did do it on the middle finger because I really needed to do that, but I do need a smaller bit, I think, for that. But yeah, apart from that, you don't actually have to worry about trying to shape anything. I know, it's brilliant. You can have this extreme shape. It's a Russian almond, which are beautiful, but without trying to sort out a form to actually make the shape in the first place, and then trying to file it into the shape and keeping those crisp lines. And no, you don't need to do any of that. This is brilliant. I loved this. It's a shape that I love, but I dread. Okay, I do have these. So if, say, you wanted to do this in acrylic, Glitter Planet do exotic tips. I don't know why they call them exotic, because that just sounds a bit rude. I'm going to cough again. Sorry about that. But they are this very similar shape. So you could use tips to do that if you wanted to buy those tips. I do have those. I found that even trying to follow the shape of the tip to do it with acrylic, it was a struggle. I've done 2 sets with them, and I thought these sets came out amazing, and I really liked them. And I got slated. I posted them, a couple of pictures on some, Facebook groups, as you do back then. And the comments I was like, really? I mean, the first comment I got on one, which it was my 20th set of acrylics. Let's put this into perspective. 20th set. I had done extreme nails that, very much like this. They got flowers in them. They got glitter in them. They were beautiful. And the first comment I got was, there's a dip in that nail. Right. Really? That's where we're going with this. And I'd even put on this is my 20th set of acrylics. Right? I mean, back then, nobody did sets like that. It's become popular now, but we're talking, 3 years ago. Even possibly more than that, I don't know anymore. I don't know, since COVID, I have lost track of time completely. Years have just merged into each other. I haven't got a clue where I am anymore. And then I did another set, which I did... Again, I was using these exotic tips, and I did them as a Christmas set, which would have been Christmas 2020? No, 2019. And it was this lovely red set, and I did 3D flowers, 3D acrylic flowers as well. And it just kind of tanked. I was like, oh, okay. Maybe I was ahead of my time and people were just not ready for this kind of style and shape and whatever. I don't know. But I've always liked it. Always liked it. But my confidence, it just got knocked so much that I just put them in the drawer and I never went back. And they're very long as well and very pointy, and my confidence, I just lost my confidence completely, and I never went back to do them again, which is wrong really, because I should have done. I shouldn't give up so quickly. I like to experiment. I play with stuff. It doesn't always go right. But you see, back then I was trying to be a bit more, I don't know, professional with my channel. Now I just sit and I create whatever I want to create. And my voiceovers are just whatever is floating around in my head at the time when I do it, with some level of educational purpose in there as well. And I enjoy it a lot more now, because I'm not worrying about what other people think and what they do. This is my art and this is me creating it, and I'm just real. That is it. I am real. If I mess it up, you're going to see me mess it up. So I saw these tips, and a lot of the Russian nail techs were using polygel, and they were using these tips, and the stuff they created, I was like, that is amazing. I want to do it. So I was like, come on, Shona, put your big girl pants on, get on with it. You can do this. And so I did. This string, it looks like string, what's it called? I got it in my Smilies delivery the other week, and I can't remember what it's called. Angelina thread, I think it is. I want to say angel, but it's not. I think it's Angelina thread, and this is the black one. And I said when I opened it, going, oh, I know what I can use that in. This is it. And then I'm going to come in with a bit more of the Steampunk in there as well. The only thing is I should have curled these a bit more before I put them in. I love the effect, the 3D effect when you see this on the nail. I don't know if I managed to get it where you can see how awesome this is, but it is awesome. And yeah, the only thing, like I say, I got wrong is knowing how much product to use, which isn't a major problem. Let's face it, because if you put too much product in there, you can just file it, right? It's better to have too much product than not enough product, okay? Which is what happened on the middle finger and where it went wrong. So the middle finger, so again, what I've done there, I've put the string in, I've put the bits in onto the clear layer I'd already put in. I'm just going to cut a little bit round, and then we are going to cap underneath, ready, and then we're going to prep this finger and we're going to put it on, okay? So the middle finger was just white, and when I did it, because I was just using a white product, it felt thin, and it wasn't enough. It just didn't seem to have the same strength, that's what I want, that the clear did. So I went back in and I tried to cap over the top of it, and of course I ended up with, which I'm gutted about, that I didn't press record, because it's a fail, and I like showing you a fail. If it goes wrong, don't try to put the form back on top with more stuff on it, because it didn't particularly work. So my point of this is, do more than you think you need, because you can always, as you put it on the nail, it squirts out underneath anyway, like the excess, the bit you don't need, and then you clean it up underneath, and then you can just get your file in to sort it out a bit more. So don't be too stingy, okay? That's my advice. Now, the index finger and the thumb are exactly the same as the pinky and the, there's me making my dehydrator dry, ready to put my primer on. So again, I'm just going to scrub this layer in, and you can see how little I am using of this product. You can pick up this from eBay. It's not difficult to get hold of. Now, what I've done is, like I say, some of these, I got the sizing wrong. So what I've done is I've put the next size up in like a little separate area. So when I come to do another set of these, which I am going to do, I've got my confidence back. I like these. I want some new polygel though. I do. So I'm going to order myself some. Because, why not? I mean, let's face it, I haven't ordered stuff for ages, so we're gonna have some stuff coming. I feel like we need to have a treat. So I've put these. So once you know what size you need, you can just keep them in a separate. You can just label them. Use a Sharpie, because you can always just wipe it off with some IPA. But then you don't need to go through the measuring of everything. And because it's not tips where you have to then stick them on and then you have to file the shape and la 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 la. You don't need to do it. So once you get the hang of it, it will be a lot quicker. Yes. There we go. I'm just curing that one in the lamp. And again, I'm just putting that for a 60-second cure. I will then wipe the tacky underneath. Give it a file up. And a buff over the top. So all I'm using is a 180 over the top, and I am just lightly buffing it over, just because I find if you top coat straight over the top of it, it doesn't stick so well, because it doesn't have the grooves in there, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, you know what I mean. There we go. That is to say, look at that. That's beautiful. Way too long, but beautiful. Oh. Okay, so now I have done all the other fingers. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to just buff that over and I'm going to top coat these just for you to watch me to top coat. And then that's this one is done. So Laura, I hope you have enjoyed. I will come back and I will do some more. Yeah, let me know what you think. Any tips or suggestions, by all means, please fling them my way because I love to learn. And thanks very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.